Logan says, I always tell people that are cheap that they are, quote, trying to win. Do you know what one of the best feelings in life is? A lot of people don't realize. I didn't have this for a long time. We talked about this during yesterday's live stream regarding money.
Peace with money?
Peace with money. If any of you missed yesterday's live stream or you skipped through it because it didn't seem interesting because of Bitcoin, look at the timestamps. A big chunk of that was talking about money. I talked about my poor financial choices in the past, what I've learned from being in debt, wasting money, buying cars and computers and things that I couldn't afford because new, shiny, and I had money in my pocket at the time, and so I spent it. Instead of worrying about the timing of selling your 2080 Ti and buying a 3080 Ti, instead of worrying about selling a 2080 and buying a 3080, instead of worrying about, well, this month and paying overage and what does this card cost, imagine a scenario in which case you've saved up enough money, built up enough net worth, you have enough money in the bank that worrying about the difference between 500 and 800 is a petty concern.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Bill Gates worries about $300?
No.
Does he notice $300?
No.
His assistants can spend $300 and he wouldn't notice.
Oh, yeah, easy.
Imagine saving your money to the point to where you don't fuss over what the cards cost because they're all trivial concerns. If you are not financially well off enough to not worry about 2080 versus 3080 Ti, maybe don't buy either one. Maybe get a 3060 for $350 and put the rest of that money in the hip pocket National Bank. Now, if you already own a 2080 Ti because you spent $1,200 for it, you know what you should do? Keep it and get your money's worth. Maybe for the next several years. And for the same reason that I have a 2070 Super. Do I have the financial means right now to go out and buy a 3080? Yes. I can buy a 3080 Ti. It's a nice place to be. But I don't because I like the money in the bank.
Well, that's why you've got money. People who have money because they don't spend it.
I am playing Cyberpunk 2077 on a 34-inch ultra-wide 100 hertz monitor on a 2070 Super. I have a 3080 here at the office. I could take my 3080 home and put it in my home gaming computer and play it. But it's a business expense. It's a business card that's here for benchmarking. It's not a personal toy to play with. But furthermore, we had a viewer offer me a 3090 at retail price.
We did.
Because he got a deal and decided he didn't want it.
Mm-hmm.
I passed.
You did.
Because that is thousands of dollars for what? High detail versus medium? And 100 frames per second versus 60?
Making a video on something you can't buy?
I thought about buying it as a business expense, but I couldn't justify it. It was a For the Win 3 EVGA. It was $1,800. $1,800 plus covering his sales tax, plus paying shipping. It actually ends up being pretty close to $2,000 when all is said and done. But he wasn't making any money. I mean, the viewer was not making any money. That was just covering the transactions of getting it to me.
Correct.
If I went over to Micro Center and paid $17.99, which is what he did, and then paid sales tax, I don't have to pay shipping and everything, but it's still $1,900.
The time to get down there and back because it's not close.
Yeah, it's fine. But the point is, it's $1,900 after tax. I would rather have that $1,900 in the bank than a new video card. I'll turn my details down and make my current card last another year.
There you go. Or just steal the one out of mine.
I'm
just waiting for him to do that.
You have a faster video card than me.
I do. I have a 2080.
You know what's remarkable? Do you realize I've got a 2080 Ti here in my work machine in the office? I could take my 2080 Ti home and put the 2070... You know what? I actually might do that. You know why? Because I don't do videos on my computer anymore now that we have a video editor.
Yeah, now that you... Yeah. Okay.
I could put the 2070 Super in my work machine and the 2080 Ti at home.
Oh, worth a try. Get a video out of it. Here we go.
Why would there be a video? I'm serious. Why? Does anybody want to... I'm asking. Why would anybody want to see that?
2080 Super to a...
2070 Super.
Oh, a 2070 Super to a people People.
Would anybody watch that?
It's a dumb idea. You shouldn't do it.
Why? It seems dumb to me.
That's why you should do it.
Did you hear that?
Yeah. Why are you so hungry?
I'm starving. Because I need more food. I didn't eat enough lunch.
I fed you a whole freaking plate of food.
That was just 2 little pieces of
Oh,
Salisbury
yeah,
steak. I
look.
wanted the chicken.
Well, that's not what you said.
The leftovers were there. I ate the leftovers were a deal because they were paid for.
That's correct.
If I had not eaten them, they'd go to waste.
Yes.
I was saving money.
Tech swap. Corey has a question for you. Yes. Okay.
Hang on a second.
All right.
Barry says that his 2080 Super plays Cyberpunk just fine with the settings maxed out. He doesn't list a resolution.
Nope.
And he doesn't define what maxed out is, and he doesn't define what just fine means.
Bazza!
Is it 1080p at 60 hertz?
Is it 1440p? Is it 4K? Is it 720p? Is it 480?
It's 180p!
Come on, Bazza, you can do better than that, mate. Okay, let's see.
Super chat?
Corey has a business question. Question from previous stream. Is financing on a business purchase, like I'm planning on financing about 50K on a 100K CNC machine? Love the channel.
Financing in business is completely different than financing at home. Will the CNC machine make more money than the payments on the machine? Here's where debt becomes a bad thing. Debt to finance a toy that doesn't have anything other than entertainment value and doesn't hold any value is spending money before you've got it. It's letting you play before you've earned the play money. Mm-hmm. If we were to start a delivery business, we would need vehicles.
Yes, we would.
Like, say we were going to hire, a lot of delivery businesses are trying to get everybody to use their personal vehicles. How in the world all these delivery services manage to talk people into using their personal cars is beyond me. You want to go deliver pizzas? Use your own car. You want to drive for Uber or Lyft? Use your own car. Amazon? Mm-hmm. A lot of those Amazon vans you see driving around, those aren't owned by Amazon.
No.
Amazon has been encouraging people to become entrepreneurs. What Amazon does is they lease you the van and you get a route and they pay you per package and you're supposed to own your own business. But you have to pay maintenance and fuel and insurance, hire your own employees, and you have to run it as a business. So basically Amazon has turned delivery into a fixed per package charge for them and made profitability your problem.
Yeah, exactly.
There are thousands of individuals driving those vans around, and the vans are the driver's problem,
and
not Amazon's.
Correct.
Seriously? Amazon can't afford to just hire the drivers and pay for the vans? Well, they don't, because they actually make more money this way, because they let a lot of people work for next to nothing. How many Uber drivers are really making minimum wage?
A lot.
Or less?
A lot. I think that's why a lot of people stop.
Uber and Lyft have transferred all the expense and all the risk to the individuals. Mm-hmm. What if Uber had to buy all those cars and hire all those drivers as employees?
They probably wouldn't do it. Wouldn't make any financial sense. Barry said 1080 at 60.
Well, I'm sure it runs great. But see...
Did you answer his question?
What was the question?
Financing 50K of 100K.
I did.
Okay.
Will the machine earn you more money than the payments cost? And do you have enough financial reserves in the bank to cover several months, 3 months, 6 months of payments if you have some off months, if a few orders get canceled, if you have a problem? Even if the machine is brand new and under warranty, what if it goes down and takes 6 weeks to fix?
Yeah. Well,
Does the bank still expect to get paid while it's not making you money? Mm-hmm. So you need some reserves. So if you're financing 50K of a $100,000 machine and your payments are, for the sake of discussion, $1,000 a month, they might be on that. So let's say they're $1,000 a month. Mm-hmm. Do you have $6,000 in the bank set aside to cover payments in the event that the machine is broken, an order gets canceled? If so, you're making reasonable, financial, logical choices. If you're financing it because you're broke and you don't have 2 nickels to run to your name and you're hoping to get an order in the next week to make the payment the following week, or you're going to miss a payment,
Probably don't do that.
you're trying to run a business you can't afford to run.
Yep.
Dave Ramsey makes this advice, and Dave Ramsey hits debt on the head so hard because his
he does.
pitch is to people who are so financially irresponsible with money that they literally do not have $1,000 to their name.
No, which is why one of the first things is to get up some savings with his program.
I'm going to pull this up.
That's from 20, yep.
Well, this is from 2019. It's probably worse now. 40% of Americans don't have $400 in the bank for emergency expenses. Now, this is from 2019, but it says the numbers are pretty similar to 2017. It's probably worse now with the pandemic.
Yeah.
40% of Americans don't have $400? Really? Do you know anybody who doesn't have a cell phone? How many people are walking around with new iPhones who are broke because they could make the $25 payment?
Oh, like the $50 boat.
Yeah.
Probably a lot.
No offense to anybody who's broke. You're not a horrible person. You don't deserve to be spit on. Do not take it that way, please. But if this is you, if you are one of the 40% of Americans that don't have $400 in the bank, stop spending money on anything besides food and shelter. You are one emergency away from being homeless. You don't need a video game console. You don't need a cell phone. You don't need a new car. You don't need a new computer. You have no preparation in life for a broken leg, for getting sick, that would scare me. Now, when I was 21 years old, I was one of those people. And I was blissfully ignorant. Until I ran into a financial crunch.
And then you went, oh, I don't like this.
I think I've told this story once before. I'll share this story now. Once in my life, I've had a lockout notice put on my apartment door. I was 21 years old. I just figured I'd take care of it everything was the next day. Well, I discovered the hard way that when you don't pay your apartment complex on the 1st, on the 5th, they put the piece of paper on your front door and they put the lock on the front door.
Yes, they do.
Now, there's a phone number, and you call them, and within 2 hours, the security officer for the complex comes over and unlocks it for you. But the point they're trying to make is they're basically tapping you on the shoulder that says, we're not joking. Pay up. It's not that they're really trying to lock you out of your apartment. It's that they are trying to demonstrate. If it was just a piece of paper, too many people would go, yeah, and they put it on the counter and they ignore it. You know what the piece of paper said? If we are not paid on the 15th, you will be evicted and the sheriff will come.
Yep. That's pretty scary. That wasn't me.
I didn't have the money in the bank.
That was before my time. But
That was the first time I was actually truly scared about money in my life. Now, I am in the blessed position that my parents are well off enough that I called my mom and she gave me money and fixed that problem. And that's never happened again.
Nope.
Now, I've been in debt before, but I've never let my cash in the bank get that bad again. I've never been in a position where paying rent again was a problem.
once-
I didn't. Once is enough.
Once was plenty.
That wasn't fun. That was scary. You know what? It was a reality check. I didn't believe it would happen. Didn't even occur to me. It wasn't even on my radar. I was mad. How dare you? I was like, what? You can't do this. Want to bet? The world doesn't care about you. And it's a very scary thing. And so I sympathize. I am empathetic. Anybody who's ever been evicted or kicked out of their home and literally are homeless, I have empathy for you. I even have empathy for you if it's your own stupid decisions, because we're all dumb at some point. I don't want to be the person to ridicule somebody who makes a dumb choice.
Just don't do it again.
If you do it 27 times, I will lose some sympathy. But everybody has had that moment where we made a really stupid choice.
Why do we have to choose that to wake up? That's
I
what
don't
just
know.
bamboozles me.
I love my parents, but if I was to be completely honest, they never exposed me to that as a child. I never saw financial pain as a child. My parents never showed me anything that ever hurt money-wise. It's one of the reasons we talk to them about money more than...
Yeah.
My parents didn't talk to me about money enough.
No, we.
It's an interesting thing. There is a peace that comes from the fact that I am not timing my checks. When YouTube sends me the ad money each month,
Yeah.
we get money from ads here on YouTube. We get money from the super chats and the sponsorships that comes through YouTube to us every month. We get money from Newegg and Amazon for the affiliate links. I get sponsor payments for the various sponsors that we do when you do the sponsor spots.
Yeah, we do. Now would be a good time to do that.
I don't have to time, okay, the mortgage payment is due on the 1st. Google usually pays us on the 25th for the previous month. This other sponsor pays us on the 5th or the 10th. So 1,000 will come in here and 1,500 will go out there. And when can I pay the various bills? Does that not sound like a complete waste of time?
That's stressful.
How nice is it to have more than a month of money in the bank so it doesn't matter on which specific day the money comes in, because all of the month's bills are in the checking account, and so the money could come in on the 21st, the 26th, or even the 2nd, and nothing will bounce.
Yeah, but people aren't taught to do that.
But we have that now.
We do.
Isn't that a nice, peaceful feeling knowing you don't have to worry about the order in which the money happens throughout the month, because the order doesn't matter?
Correct.
How
Yes.
many of our viewers schedule their payments because of, well, I'm getting paid on Friday so I can do something on Monday? Because they don't have $400 in the bank. If that's you, if you're watching us right now and you're in that position, let me offer you this. Because I don't want to make you wrong. I'm not trying to make you bad, but let me offer you this life advice.
Tidbit.
If you alter your spending and build up some savings so that you've got 2 full months of living expenses in your checking account, meaning all the money to pay your rent or your mortgage, car payment, insurance payments, cell phone bill, electric bill, water bill, all of your payments, if you've got 2 full months of that in the bank, you no longer have to care about which specific day your various payments come in. You start to change your thinking to, here's my monthly budget, here's what I bring in for the whole month, and here's what will get spent in the whole month, and the order doesn't matter. And you're now free to start thinking about your total income versus your total expense rather than timing payments. Because when you're timing payments, all of your energy is going into
Well, you've got more energy to put towards earning more money.
Yeah.
Rather than wondering where the money's coming from, because that takes energy.
And it's not a quick fix, and a lot of people can't just do that overnight. It may take you several months. Skip a pizza, skip a night out, delay a computer upgrade, or if you own a car, maybe go deliver pizzas one night a week. Call up Pizza Hut, Domino's, Papa John's, whatever's around you, and say, "Hey, do you need an extra driver? I could work 1 or 2 nights a week. I'd love to get some extra work. I need some money. I'm motivated." You want to really know what'll impress somebody if you call up a business owner. I say this as a business owner. I've employed a lot of people over the years. If I owned a pizza shop and somebody called up or somebody walked in the front door and said, "Hey man, I'm looking for a job. I am motivated. I need some money, and I want to earn a job." If they walked in saying that, I'd be like, "All right, let's talk. I like the sound of that." If somebody walks in and says, "Well, I kind of want to deliver pizzas because I want to go hang out with my friends and I kind of like pizza. Do you guys get free pizzas here?" I don't want to hire that guy. But if somebody walks in and says, "Look, I'm trying to get my life together. I need a second job. This isn't my first job. I want to work 1 or 2 nights a week. I'm being financially responsible and I want to do a good job so I can make a bunch of money. Do you have an opening? Can I work part-time?" I want to hire that guy. That guy, that screams responsibility to me. You know what? I'll almost just try to find a slot to put that guy in. Because he's the one, because some other guy might slack and you.
But people who have that usually make better choices and don't end up there.
No, but if you want to turn your life around, it starts with the first choice.
Well, it does.
Look,
starts with that.
I made mistakes, and eventually I bought a clue, changed my mind, and altered what I was doing. And so think in all of life, applying for work, applying for jobs. When you are in an interview or talking to a business owner, if you are asking for a job, saying, "Look, I want this job," don't think about why you want the job. You know you want the job. You're standing there. You want money. Of course, that's why. He knows that's why you're there. You want money. You're not doing it for free. It's not a volunteer job. Ask yourself, why does he want to hire you and who does he want to hire? A business owner wants to hire somebody who is responsible, trustworthy, and motivated. Assuming they meet the skills. Because somebody who doesn't get up, suit up, and show up is useless no matter how good they are. Half of life, this is true in marriage, this is true in parenting, this is true in taking care of yourself personally, this is true in jobs, school. Get up, suit up, show up. That is half of the battle right there. If you've done that, you're already ahead of all the slackers in the world who don't want to get out of bed. Look, I don't always want to get out of bed. True or true?
True.
Yes. But are there not mornings where you just as soon not get out of bed? You're in your warm, comfy bed. The alarm is going off because kids have to go to school. Do the kids have to not go to school because you want to stay in bed?
Nope.
Do you know why you're a great mom? You get up.
I get up. That's why I'm sitting here fading, guys. Sorry. Sparrow fight every morning.
So, yeah.
Well, if you think about what you need money for, you need money to take care of your body. It needs warmth, it needs shelter, it needs food, it needs water, and it needs fun.
Just refuse to deliver pineapple pizza.
Yeah, I saw that.
I love pineapple pizza.
So if you come from, how am I going to take care of my body today? That's why you really need money at the end of the day. If you didn't have a body, would you need money? Probably not.
Fresh Diaper says, "My parents told me 90% of life is showing up."
Yeah. Absolutely it is.